in Wolfeboro, New Hampshire, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Donald Trump, if I may, standing like an asshole, thinking he's Mussolini in a wax museum while this song plays in the background. Look, hey asshole, your phone's facing the wrong way, stupid. There you go. I got him. I got video of him while he's right there in front of me. He was so close I could almost touch a person that could almost touch a person that could almost touch a person that could almost touch him. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Hello. What the fuck was that? He sang the last note. He was just like, what was that supposed to be? That's an A? He looks like he's about to throw up into a bowl. God bless the U.S. What the hell? Sorry, I'm gonna have to screen grab that later. Just saying. That's not gonna work out well for him. That's not, I'm just saying. I don't know how that's supposed to be singing. I don't know how he thinks that means, how that miming happens to be sing. I don't know. He's looking super orange, I would also say, for the record. Thank you, everybody. I sang the letter A, which is the first letter of the vowels. Whoop. He's got his bald spot showing there. Nobody's fixing his hair these days.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to be back here amongst so many patriots in Wolfeboro, New Hampshire.
Well, I want to thank everybody very much. This is great, and
it's great to be back here in New Hampshire. I don't like the old Hampshire. The old Hampshire. Nobody went there except maybe hobbits who were looking for ham and to have a pee.
It's great to be with you. It's great to be with you.
So many great patriots in the state of
It's
Hampshire.
really been something very special. This whole endeavor, you know what we've all been through, and
No, what do you mean we all?
our country's been through a lot, and
Yeah, I mean it's 240 plus years old, so there's yeah. I mean, don't get me started on the Cold War.
even today, there's no teleprompter working. It's just nice.
Oh, he's freeballing today. There's no teleprompter. You don't need a teleprompter. Who the fuck needs a teleprompter? Why? Didn't you run on not needing one? Aren't teleprompters for weaklings and broken, like, subhuman, incapable rhino whomsoevers?
This has happened oftentimes.
This has happened oftentimes. Hey, he's got the best words. They're just not always in the right order.
Now, if this happens to Biden, it's big trouble.
Really? Because he manages just fine. And he doesn't bitch about it either. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, then show us how it's done,
If
motherfucker.
it happens to me, we get through it, right?
Yeah, we get through it because I just basically say the same shit no matter what.
get through it.
It's all muscle memory. I'm complaining about the same stuff I did before I became president that I didn't fix. Oh, he's got a death grip on that podium, though.
I'm trying to get a little signal, like, what the hell happened here?
I'm trying to, like, we'll get through it, but I'm trying to see if somebody's working on it or they're gonna get fucking fired.
But we are going to do very well. But I
Yeah, dude, of course.
just want to thank you all because this has been a tremendous state for us. And we love it. We love the people. We love
We're at what state would that
the
be?
people. And really, it's
Where am I? It was written here. Supposed to be in big fucking text.
been very important. In your support, we're going to win the big primary that's coming up, an epic landslide. We're going to be in landslide territory.
We're going to be in landslide. We're going to win it in an epic landslide. We'll be in landslide territory. We'll be on the upside of landslide, maybe the downside. I don't know what's better when you have a landslide. It's hard to tell.
Looking at polls that are through the roof. And the crooked Joe Biden, he's a crooked man, indeed. He's a crooked man.
And I wrote crooked man. I've got it written right here. Basically, I've got like, I'm working with like Sharpie here. I don't know what the fuck.
And in November, we're going to have the greatest
presidency. You're going to win back the White House?
election we've ever had. We won the first one, we won the second one, but now we're going to win it so much that they won't be able to cheat.
I wrote cheat.
I want to thank my New Hampshire co-chairs, Bruce.
Your New Hampshire co-chairs?
Where's Bruce?
Bruce
Brett,
whom?
Thank you very much, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Bruce Hammond? Where's Bruce Hammond? His name is written here. I know it. Everybody knows it. You know, guys know. You know Bruce Hammond. And Bruce is the co-chair of my campaign privacy committee.
Good job, Bruce.
Good job, Bruce. Whatever your name is.
Great job.
Great job lighting this thing so everyone can see right through my comb over.
Thank you, Bruce. Been a friend of ours for a long time. Another one.
That's why I can't remember his last name.
Lou Gargiulo, who's been a great friend. And Lou, thank you.
Glue.
Lou, stand up, Lou. I know Lou now for a long time. For a long time he's been with us. A man who's highly respected in Washington and did a fantastic job.
In the swamp? Really? I don't know that that's a winning strategy. I honestly...
Senator Bob Smith. I don't know why he's not a senator anymore.
I think because he lost, or...
He's really fantastic.
And he's got an easy name to say.
And Mary Jo, thank you very much. Thank you both very much. Appreciate it. New Hampshire GOP Vice Chair, Ryan Terrell.
Terrell. I've known him for a long time. I still haven't asked him how to pronounce his last name because fuck him. Ryan Tar Heel. Fuck, man. Does he play for Alabama? How does that work?
Thank you. I like his hair.
Jesus Christ. More than I like trying to say his last name.
I'd like to have hair just like that. Can I have that? I don't know.
Somebody's been reminding him that we all saw his fucking comb over.
I love your hair.
That's really weird.
And Carolyn Levitt.
Although I hear that all the time, and I can't say it ever gets tired, honestly. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Shit, I almost knocked my headphone out.
Who's been incredible.
Wait, what was the name? Shit. Back up.
She ran an incredible race.
Hold on.
I love your hair. And Carolyn Levitt, who's been incredible.
Carolyn Levitt?
She ran an incredible race.
Incredible.
She ran an incredible race, came
and lost.
Out of nowhere. She
almost
won that race.
Incredible race that she lost.
So I'm actually glad she lost because now she's with us, you know. So I like that. I like it much better. And
I like it. I like losers.
Going places.
Almost as much as I like the poorly educated.
She's been fantastic and great on television, I will say. Really great. A lot of people don't do too well on television. It's a known fact. There are some people are very, very bad on television, like Biden. I would say Biden.
Biden's bad on television. I wrote that, but I'm very good on television because I've read books on Hitler speeches. By the way, I'm in case you don't know and you're new to the show, I'm TV veteran Hal Sparks. I can say that because that's how I was described by Deadline. So thank you very much.
He's probably your...
You're like, I know that guy, but he just looks like he's wearing a cowl.
Number one example. I can't think of anybody that's...
Well, it's because you have a drug-addled brain, I think.
That's right. Our Carroll County campaign chair, Frank McCarthy. Frank.
No relation.
And his wife, Terry. Where is Frank? Frank, thank you very much, Frank. Great job. Thank you very much. Terry, thank you. I saw a tear coming out of her eye before. That means he likes us, right?
What?
That means she likes us.
Did he say sir, though? That's the important thing.
Thank you, darling. We appreciate it very much. And our top two phone callers, that's a big deal. They're more important than everybody, frankly. John and Nicole Oblenis.
Oblenis.
Where are they? Where are they? Thank you very much. What a great job.
Oblanis, oblanas, oblada. Oh, color, life goes on.
That's a great job. For decades,
It is a great job. It's not a job, it's a volunteer. No.
the people of New Hampshire have been sold out or ripped off. You've been ripped off by everybody and betrayed.
Everybody's ripped you off, mainly because you're just you're gullible fucks, quite frankly.
By the corrupt globalists and
Yes.
Washington Wall Street people, those
The Washington Wall Street people. Gee, you can't tell the teleprompter isn't working.
combinations of Washington Wall Street, they're the worst of all.
Are they? Dude, you were bragging about being connected to both groups when you ran the first time.
And it's never been worse than it is now under crooked Joe Biden.
Wait, so the communist in office, apparently, DC has never been more entwined with Wall Street than it is. I gotta say, for the record, Joe Biden sucks at communism. Apparently.
And frankly, his boss, Barack Hussein Obama, I think it's his boss.
You think it's his boss? It was his boss when he was president, and then he was vice president, and then he ran and won. He kicked your ass. So ultimately what you're saying is that Obama did beat you. And he did it even though his puppet that he used to beat you never left his fucking basement. And he's slow and sleepy. And even still, goddamn, Barack Obama, he's got to have that dude is fucking magic. He's able to kick your ass without, that's amazing.
Crooked Joe puts China first. He puts Mexico first, Ukraine first, Europe first, Asia first, illegal aliens first.
Did they all have to jockey for that position or whatever? It's like the most jammed up fucking Pez dispenser I've ever seen.
Environmental lunatics and maniacs first.
So everybody's in first row. He's like when somebody tries goal setting for the first time and it's like prioritize these goals that you've set out by their level of importance. And you're like, they're all number one. You're like, okay, asshole.
These are maniacs, these people.
They're all maniacs. He puts maniacs first. Maniacs.
I don't know if they really believe it or is it just something to hurt our country.
Maybe they just believe in hurting our country,
But everyone else is first. But he puts America last. He puts our workers last.
Is he looking at the teleprompter even though there's nothing on it out of habit? Or is he just staring at it hoping it comes online?
Our industries last.
Okay, is there anything in the middle? Is it just first and last? This is a little alpha and omega for me.
Put your families last.
With the rest of the nation? Well, at least you're with America, I guess.
He puts everybody last. Everything.
He puts everybody last, except the people he puts first. The maniacs, obviously. He doesn't put the maniacs with the... Yeah.
That's good he puts last. It's actually reversed. I say...
Hold on. Everything that's good he puts last?
He puts our industries last. He puts your families last. He puts everybody last. Everything that's good he puts last.
Everything that's good he puts last. You know what? Fuck it. I'm convinced the teleprompter is working. How much better could a speech be? What do you people want, you bloodsuckers? This is amazing. Off the cuff. This is amazing. He's able to extemporaneously speak like this on issues like this with, the amount of detail is just fucking flowing. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed.
It's actually reversed. I say a lot of times it's like April Fool's Day.
Oh my God, he's going with April Fool's Day. Jesus Christ. It's like when you're standing on stage and you're a new comic and you can only remember the bit that didn't work because it's been in the front of your mind because you've been dwelling on it. Like, why didn't that bit work? I thought it was so good. And then the audiences just fucking hate it. And I'll rework it and it never fucking flies. And then when you're in a pinch and you've forgotten your act, it's the only one that comes to mind. And you're like, motherfucker. It's like bouncing around in front of your head. And you're like, move out of the way. I'm trying to get to the good material.
Open border. Who wants an open border?
Only April Fools. April wants it.
Stupid people.
Only stupid people.
Who wants not to have voter ID? Voter ID.
Who wants not to have voter ID? Who wants not to have voter ID? I think we all need to file a class action lawsuit against the English teachers at Wharton.
We will not have voter ID. You know, for their convention, the Democrat convention, they had a voter ID that was the size of this. See this? It's like this. It hung with a chain around their neck. There was a picture. I think it had every bit of information ever. You could read their.
Yeah, you don't have a right to vote as a Democrat. You have to be a party member. You actually have to be credentialed to do it. That's a private organization. It's not a national right. But he's stupid.
Biography, know everything about the person. They couldn't get into the convention without it. But to go to vote, we don't want.
It's weird. It's almost like when Republicans don't allow guns into their convention. Why is that? You've got these people who are like, I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. Check your guns at the door.
On voter ID. Actually, the Democrats want it. It's the leadership that does it. And the reason they don't want it, Carolyn, is because they want to cheat. And it's very simple. There's only one reason.
Well, no, it's because if it's just a state ID, it can be taken away, and Republicans won't sign off on a national ID from the federal government because they think it's the mark of the beast and it's satanic and some crazy nutcase QAnon bullshit.
I put America first every single time, and since Joe Biden took office.
I totally did that. Boy, they're really rooting for him to try and make it through this shit.
And since he took office, cumulative inflation has reached nearly a 20% number. It's a number.
Oh, teleprompter going in and out is almost as bad as it's worse. Oh, this is so good. Fuck, this is good. I might have to stay through all of this. 20% is indeed, yes, a number. It is, I don't think we can argue with that, folks. Look, I will point out when he's wrong, but 20% is a cumulative number. It is, you have to accumulate at least 2 10s to make it happen.
And since he took office, cumulative inflation has reached nearly a 20% number. It's a number that nobody's ever, I don't think they've seen it maybe ever or close to ever. And the 30-year mortgage rate just hit a 27-year high.
Yeah, people used to buy houses 27 years ago. I don't know if you know this. There was actually a housing boom 27 years ago. Nobody cares.
Congratulations, all of you people that are looking for a house. Enjoy yourself. You're going to be looking a long time. And then
you'll be looking a long time.
Go to the bank, they won't give you the money even if you're willing to pay it. The banks aren't giving money.
Well, they are at that rate.
And you know, the banks, the big banks like Bank of America, Chase, they discriminate against conservatives. You do know.
Black conservatives, though. Well, not conservatives. Just black people.
Oh, that right? Okay. We're going to stop that real fast.
We're going to stop that so fast, it'll take me about 2 seconds to force them to loan to people that I'm politically connected to. Because that's what the power of the presidency is about.
Well, they're not going to do any business with our government because I don't like them. I know them better than anybody. And
well, you know, because you met with them to get loans and they turned you down recently because you've been found guilty of fraud.
They discriminate against conservatives, Republicans, conservatives.
Well, they discriminate against you because of character traits that you have and bad business decisions that you make, like you and Mike Pillow and Alex Jones. Like, you're doing shit that wastes the money and you have no way of paying it back. So they discriminate. They do. There are elements of discrimination where they are bifurcating people into groups, those who can pay back the loans and those who cannot. So they discriminate against people who cannot pay back their loans. And in this case, it's you and psychos that you surround yourself with.
And it's a disgrace, frankly.
He should use the word disgrace more, I think. It's making a comeback.
Contrast, under my leadership, we had no inflation.
Yes, we had deflation and the collapse of the oil market and the collapse of all businesses and a $26 trillion or $22 trillion gap in the U.S. economy.
And the 30-year mortgage rate was an all-time low. We had
Right. And it drove house prices up because you could finance a more expensive house, so house prices went up. Right.
An all-time.
It's always a trade-off. This is so fucking dumb.
I'm low, like 2.6%.
Jesus Christ. When my parents bought our house in Peaks Mill, like interest rate was like 19 fucking percent.
That's a little better than paying 8% and we don't give you the money. You know what they do? It's 8%. We don't.
Well, who gives a shit if you can't pay 8% on money you never got? You don't even get it, and then you have to pay it. They charge you 8% on money that you never received.
Give you the money, but if you pay 12, we'll give it to you. That's where they are.
That's what they're doing there right now. Well, if you've got 4 bankruptcies and 11 filed bankruptcies and you bankrupt a casino, I'm guessing they're going to ask for 12.
Typical family has lost over $7,400 in annual income with Crooked Joe in the White House. Think of that. You know,
think of it. Focus on it. Think of it. Now, largely because COVID.
Changed the name from Sleepy Joe to Crooked Joe because.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I thought it was actually even more accurate. They're both very accurate, but even.
But I've got a limited vocabulary and.
More accurate. And I took it off Hillary because I don't like using the same name for 2 people. You know, we have plenty of words that we can.
Yeah, we do have tons of words, which is why I had to borrow one from her and use it on him because there's something wrong with my brain and the two halves don't talk to each other and haven't for years.
Years, right? But I took it away from Hillary because she's no longer relevant.
Well, you're not running against her and she's not running.
Even though
she could, though.
She's still complaining about the election. Russia, it was Russia. No, it wasn't Russia. She's still complaining. They don't go after her, right? Did they indict her for complaining about the election?
No, because it's not the complaining part. It's the actual backroom dealing to try and manipulate the electorate and creating false electors and engaging in a conspiracy and hiding classified documents in your fucking rental property in Florida that smells like fucking brine and swamp ass. So no, that, as a matter of fact, you know why? Because free speech. Because we still have free speech. You can bitch all you want.
Results of 2016.
Notice you're doing it. You bitch for an hour and a half in this situation.
Is Hillary indicted for that? No? Oh, that's strange, because I got indicted for that.
No, you got indicted for trying to convince the governor and the Secretary of State of Georgia to fabricate votes on your behalf. After you ran out of legal remedies and after the recounts had already happened.
Strange. Gee, you think there's a little double standard out there? And I was
no
right. They did cheat. She was wrong. She was.
Yeah, well, that's yeah.
Really wrong, but no.
She was so wrong. I wish they'd turn that teleprompter back on, or maybe I don't.
Took it away. We called her now Beautiful Hillary because she's a beautiful woman. And we wanted to use Crooked for Joe Biden. So she actually went out that night and she celebrated. That was a great night, great day for her when we took that name off.
Did we?
Under President Trump, real family income increased over $6,000 a year. In New Hampshire alone, $6,000. You picked up $7,000 as opposed to losing much more, close to $8,000. That's a big difference. But
it's almost like COVID happened in the interim. And you're not mentioning all the businesses lost during COVID because it didn't really happen. It was just a hoax put on by the deep state to control us all, clearly.
Perhaps no Biden attack on the people of the state.
Oh, and by the way, for the record, YouTube, just saying.
Has been worse than the socialist calamity known as the Green New Deal, the Green New Hoax, I call it.
Because I only have like 4 words and hoax is one of them. And I kind of I attach it to stuff, and then I can see everybody in here just kind of like, you guys get all puffed up and excited, and here I am like an idiot.
Which has struck New Hampshire with among the highest energy, electricity, and heating costs anywhere in the nation, almost anywhere in the world. You know, you pay the highest.
No. They don't.
Just energy costs. You ought to speak to your governor about that, by the way. You pay the highest energy costs. You pay the highest.
Let me guess. They pay more heating bills than hot states. Okay.
Energy costs anywhere in the country. You know that, right? And there's no reason for it.
Yeah, there is a reason for it because they have hot summers and they have very cold winters, unlike other places that have hot summers and mild everything else.
It's bad government.
It is just bad government.
And you should have to speak to locals also.
Yeah, you got to talk, just walk around and go, why are we paying so much for heat? And you're like, well, turn your fucking thermostat down. Jesus Christ, you don't have to cook yourself during the goddamn winter. Just keep it in a reasonable area and you won't cost you so much. Fuck you, you're commie.
But you shouldn't be paying that. You are the #1 in the whole nation. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous that they're the #1 in the whole nation.
Right now, countless New Hampshire families are getting ready to heat your homes this winter with the cost of residential fuel oil up 74% to almost $5 a gallon. Congratulations, that's very nice. When I left office, we had it all the way down to $1.99 a gallon. $1.99.
$1.99. I didn't even do anything about it. It just went that low because there wasn't a war and my buddies, the Saudis, weren't trying to strangle the market just to manipulate the politics of the country because they knew I'd do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, we did a great job. Remember, I said, drill, baby, drill. You just keep drilling. And we got it so low that they were going to all go out of business. We had to say, slow down a little bit. I had them.
No, you didn't. The price went low because of COVID and because at the exact same time, the Saudis and the Russians decided to play a fucking game of chicken.
Drilling, they were going to drill themselves right out of business. It was.
Yeah, they totally were. And then they just decided not to.
Going so low, remember?
No. No. It went so low because of COVID. Nobody was going anywhere.
Actually had a couple of days where it was down to $1.47 for gasoline for the car.
Right, because no one was driving.
And we had to get it up a little. I hated to do that to you, but you know, they were going to.
Well, you needed to get it up because that would be an indicator that people were able to like go about their lives again.
They were putting each other out of business, but we had them drill.
Yes, that's what oil companies will do. Left to their own devices, they will just flood the market and just make until there's no. I mean, there's so much gas. I don't even know if we can even charge for it.
We filled up the national reserves, strategic reserves, and then Biden took it to keep your gasoline prices artificially low, and now it's
artificially low.
It's at the lowest level. Did you know that, Carolyn? It's at the lowest level in history. There's almost nothing there, and that was meant for war.
Yeah, there are two wars happening right now, but there's one specific one, and also there's an economic war declared on us by China and by the Saudis.
Now, who could imagine a war, right? With people pouring into our country, and we have no idea from where they come. The same
from where they come.
People, in many cases, the same people that just attacked Israel. You know that, right?
No, they aren't. Palestinians are not flooding across the southern fucking border.
Can you imagine what this guy has done to us?
Also, why is this video so quiet? Why is he so? I mean, this is a man who's supposed to have like a commanding presence, and this is getting to the point where it's almost like they're bitching about Joe Biden whispering, and this whole thing is just half-assed.
What he's done to us, that would have never happened. The attack on Israel would never, ever have happened.
They were planning it for years. Of course it would have happened.
The attack on Ukraine would never have happened.
Yes, it would have. It would have happened sooner because they would have had you in there running interference.
Inflation would never have happened.
Yes, it would have, because if you shut down the world economy and then you bring it back online and there's only limited goods and people are going back to work, people are going to buy that need things for work, restaurants with eggs and food and all that kind of shit are going to pay more than the average consumer can and drive the fucking price up. There was always going to be inflation post-COVID. Ask anyone in the fucking world. The interesting thing is we have the least inflation of any nation.
None of it would have happened. We would have been a different country because
yes, we would. We would be basically a puppet of Russia.
Right now, we're a country in decline.
Uh-huh. You wish.
Serious decline.
No, comedic decline. I mean, honestly, it's not because of me, but because of Greg Gutfeld's jokes.
To bring down the energy cost for New Hampshire families, I will immediately rescind every Green New Deal catastrophe of the Biden administration. And we will drill, baby, drill. We'll get them way down.
Yes, he's the second coming of Sarah Palin.
We'll get them way down.
How? All you can do is give them leases. If they don't use them, that because it will drive the price too low and they're making money hand over fist, why the fuck would they? Does he think we have nationalized oil in this country? Is this motherfucker suggesting that we should be Venezuela? Because I think he is.
You know, if they would build a pipeline, and we started it, and we were just about set to have it, then you had that
Canadian shale oil? Really?
result in the election, which was so terrible. But going through New York State,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
a very poor section of New York State, the people.
Yeah, where I mean, if they bitch about, you know, a leak into their water, fuck them. They're poor.
Up there want it very much, but you.
Yeah, poor people want nothing else than a giant leaky pipeline going through their around their kids, where their kids play. All yeah, it's a great idea.
Would have a pipeline, your numbers would come down in half, more than half.
Why? That oil still makes it to market. It just doesn't go over American aquifers.
It's amazing. You know, they used to have, they probably still have. No.
Oh boy, he's riffing now.
This guy, he gets oil from Venezuela. Why not from Russia, right? But you used to have ships from Russia coming in to give you your oil and gas. You know that, right? The ships would come in from Russia. And we have so much. We have more than anybody else in the world.
Yeah, but it's cheaper from them because they don't care about the environment at all. So again, private companies purchase this stuff. This is not government activity.
And for you needed a pipeline, but your Democrats won't approve it, and your governor hasn't been able to get it done. It would be
what, a New Hampshire fucking pipeline? Where again? How the fuck does this? All right, the teleprompter's off. That's
a shame. If they just go through a very poor section of New York State, you would have the lowest energy.
You're in New Hampshire, fuckwad.
You go from the highest to about the lowest, and all they need is a pipeline. And we had.
What is he talking about?
Done. We had it all set to go.
There was not a New York pipeline.
And then they don't do, just like
they don't do. Yes, you're right. Jesus Christ.
We had the wall built, and then they don't want to finish it. Now, we did, I think, 561 miles of wall.
Yeah, 41 miles of new barrier.
And we had another 200 that we ordered.
You ordered.
A little like water, you know, you do it, and then you got to do a little bit more. We had.
Yes, it's like water. What the fuck? It's like water. You do it, and then you do a little bit more.
We did, I think, 561 miles of wall, and we had another 200 that we ordered. It's a little like water, you know, you do it, and then you got to do a little bit more. We had two.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Do you know what that means? Chat room. Anybody know what the fuck that means? It's a little like water. You do it, and then you do a little bit more.
200 miles ordered, ready to be installed, would have taken 3 weeks.
No, you cannot install 200 miles of wall in 3 weeks. And if you can, it will blow down like the rest of that shit.
And then we had that election result, and then what happened is they decided not to use it. And I said, these guys really do want to have open borders. That was.
No, you were just talking about crossing private land and native land.
That's the first clue, because it's inconceivable that somebody would say open.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Borders with all the problems it brings and has brought.
And will bring, and also bringed.
And you see it up here a lot, but some of these places, they can't even breathe. Even Democrats are going against Democrats in a very nasty way.
Yes, nasty. Oh, they're nasty.
They think it's just absolutely insane what's going on. But I'll terminate Joe Biden's delusional power plant regulations. These are just crazy things.
They're nuts. They're delusional power plant regulations, according to Piece of Glass. What is that?
Is that too lengthy to explain?
Well, yeah, good. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, you could explain all of what you were about to say, but why bother? It's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Too lengthy to explain. Just truncate it for us. Little chat GPT summary.
But they are just insane things.
They're delusional, I hear.
That they want to do to destroy our country, which are.
But what about the power plants, though? I mean, yeah.
Forcing hundreds of power plants to shut down with nothing to replace them. It's a massive gift to communist China and.
What plants are they forcing to shut down? You mean coal plants that are no longer profitable?
Various other places. It's just a big gift. They want to close down power plants that have
That what?
50 to 100 years of life left.
Yes. Spewing coal dust into the air unnecessarily.
And you know, China is building a power plant every week.
A coal plant. Right. So the rest of the world's having to compensate. And no, they're fucking not. That's an old number from fucking 6 years ago. It was questionable whether it was even true then. It's certainly not fucking true now.
All coal. Coal. They only use coal. They like coal.
They like coal. Coal's good. They think it's wonderful. They enjoy coal. They eat it. They make pastries out of it.
Because it's very inexpensive.
And it pollutes a lot. They like that part.
They don't use clean coal. They can use clean coal. You know, they have things called clean coal now.
No, they don't.
And natural gas and lots of great things.
Yeah, natural gas, unlike organic gas, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds familiar. Jesus Christ. What do you think? There's unnatural gas, asshat?
That have tremendous power. Germany, you know, decided to go green. And they were going to go green. They're going to go out of business. And they've now started to build coal-fired plants all over the place. So they've
No, they haven't.
gone from one extreme to the other.
No, they haven't.
But good, clean coal and
Good clean coal was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. Fucking, I think personally, he should go teleprompter free from now on.
it's okay, and it has power.
It's okay, and it has power, the kind of power you'd expect but not expect to see. Fucking hell.
And obviously, gas, natural gas, it's
Obviously.
actually, it's very clean.
It's very clean gas. It's very clean gas. If you think about it, it's just, and it's right there.
But we don't do that. We use things that we can't get. We use things that we
Like sunlight,
can't get.
like wind.
You know, the windmills are subsidized heavily by the government, and they cost a lot. And if you have one near your house is worthless because you can't sell it.
What the fuck is that? What are you talking about?
Between the noise and the look, you can't sell.
The noise and the look. They don't make any fucking noise. Good Lord. What does he think? They're like fucking room fans?
Sell it. And it's probably the most expensive energy you can have. It's
No, it isn't.
tremendously expensive.
Why? Why? Because once you burn up the wind is gone.
And then you have to rebuild them every 10 years. You know, they don't just
Yeah, because coal plants don't require any maintenance.
keep growing. You got to keep, they get ripped to pieces.
Wait, they keep growing? I'm sorry. Have they made those like organic cell windmills from Avatar?
Energy you can have. It's tremendously expensive. And then you have to rebuild them every 10 years. You know, they don't just keep growing. You got to keep, they get ripped to pieces.
They don't just keep growing. They get ripped to pieces. By what exactly? Fucking what? Meteors?
And then they kill all the whales, right?
Oh my God. No, not right. What are you talking about?
Kill all the whales out
They do not kill the whales.
there. And then they say that for boat manufacturers, the boat can't go more than 2 miles an hour because we don't want to hurt the whales, even though there's only been one.
What the fuck? What boats can only go 2 knots?
Unrecorded incident of that in 50 years.
Tell us the story. It involves Moby Dick and the old man in the sea. And what the hell?
But all the time now, we see whales washing up on shore.
No, we don't. What are you talking about? What, to escape silent windmills?
Because of the wind.
Because of the wind.
Those big wind turbines they're building out in the ocean that are unbelievably expensive. In fact, so expensive that
That's why the whales die, because they're so expensive. The whales swim by the price tag and go, what the fuck? I'll never be able to afford one of these. And then they just commit suicide.
even with subsidies, these companies are all canceling out because it doesn't work. So
I don't know why the video. Yeah, let's see if we can find a louder version of this. Hold on. Let's give me one break for a second to remind you to like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. And I'm going to see if I can find it on YouTube. Maybe it'll be, let's see, Trump, Wolfeboro, New Hampshire. There we go. Stream 6. There we go. Let's see if I can find.
Of our country, and he's destroying our country. They were crooked people, so it's terrible to say the Patriots. He's a great guy, great coach, but you look at Germany from many years ago. You look at anywhere.
Hold on.
And the guy gets up who recently electric grid. No, it's all generated by the initial charge is made with oil and coal and different other products.
Wait, people, what the shit? Hold on.
At $40 a barrel, he doesn't have the money to do the war.
Okay.
Forcing hundreds of power plants to shut down with nothing to replace. You know, they have things called clean coal now. Right. And if you have one near your house is worthless because you can't use. And then they kill all the whales, right?
Jesus.
Kill all the whales out
there. No, they don't.
There, and then they say that for boat manufacturers, the boat can't go more than 2 miles an hour because
nobody says that ever.
We don't want to hurt the whales, even though there's only been one recorded incident of that in 50 years. But all the time now, we see whales washing up on shore.
No, we don't. All right.
Because of the wind.
Because of the wind.
Those big wind turbines they're building out in the ocean that are unbelievably expensive. In fact, so expensive that even with subsidies, these companies are all canceling out because it doesn't work. So the whales will be very happy about that.
Yes, and the Republican Party has always been the Save the Whales Party.
But I will implement rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. We will regain energy independence as we did.
We already have energy independence.
You know, you were energy independent 3 years ago.
We still are.
Soon to be energy dominant. You're going to be dominant. We were going to sell our energy.
By the way, the only way we're going to achieve that is if we lower the amount of oil we use.
To Europe.
We already use way more than we need.
Make a lot of money, reduce your taxes even further.
No, these are private companies.
You know, the Trump administration gave you the biggest tax decrease, tax cuts and regulation cuts in the history of our country. Bigger.
Yeah, the regulation cuts is one of the reasons why we have more trains flying off the tracks.
Than the Reagan cuts by a lot.
Fuck Reagan, I agree. Well.
And we would cut them even still further and also reduce debt. We were going to sell our oil and gas to Europe at good.
Ours? Again, what does this motherfucker think we're going to use a Venezuelan system?
Prices, but they were good. Instead, they did Nord Stream 2 with Russia, and I stopped it. It was totally dead, and then Biden came along and he approved it. Then he says, you are very, very nice to Russia. No. Putin used to say, they always say you're so nice. You are the worst thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah, he never said that. Did he say sir at the same time?
But I got along with him. But
yeah, when he used lube.
But you are the worst thing. Think of it. I stopped Nord Stream 2. That's the biggest thing they've ever done. I stopped. It was dead, and then Biden approved it. So you tell me who's a little tougher on just that one thing alone.
I thought Biden blew it up and used it as leverage, but I guess not.
On sanctions, everything else. And they would have never gone into Ukraine. That I can tell you. Not even.
Yeah, they would have. They just would have won quicker.
Even a little chance. And you know, for two reasons, just while we're on this.
Yeah, while we're on the subject, what are the two reasons?
For two reasons. Number one, as I said, you can't go in.
Yeah, that was it. Even though you want to, and it's your country, and it seems to be your fixation, but I told you you can't.
Go in. What I will do is so bad. No, you won't. Yes, I will. What I will do, I told them.
Bullshit.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Nonsense. He did not talk to Vladimir Putin like he talked to Abdul. He's getting all these people
I
mixed
don't
up.
want to do it. He goes, no way. I said, way.
Jesus Christ. And he was like, way. And I'm like, no way. And he's like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, ever.
And he didn't believe me, but he believed me 10%. He believed me, Mr. Senator. He believed me 10%. That's all we
Mr. Senator.
needed. That's all we needed. 10% is enough. And there was never any movement. I mean, you know, we proved that for 4 years. There was no thought of that.
No, you didn't. The last year of your presidency, the entire world was caught up in fucking COVID.
And the other reason he wouldn't have gone in, because we had oil at $40 a barrel. At 40.
You had it at negative 36 because of COVID.
$20 a barrel. He doesn't have the money to do the war. And he wouldn't have been able to. And now it's $100 and going higher. And it was $100. It was $115 a little while ago when he
Yeah, and then it went down.
started this thing. So he had so.
And then the Saudis had to choke off production, and the Russians had to put an export ban on diesel to artificially drive the price up because it's not supply and demand, it's manipulation. Tell us how they wouldn't have done this with oil prices while you were president.
Much money. He'll be the only guy to make a lot of money off a war. And he wouldn't have been able to do that with us because there was no money. You couldn't have made the money at $40 a barrel. So
Bullshit.
that would have never happened. But it wouldn't have happened just
Uh-huh.
for the first reason, too. I said, you can't do it.
You can't do it. That was the main reason. I said, no, I didn't give him permission. He came to me. I said, you can't go on the field trip and you cannot invade Ukraine. And he was like, okay. And he stuffed his dick back in his sock and went home.
I'll quickly cut New Hampshire gas and heating bills. We're going to cut them at least in half and very
How?
quickly. We're going to get
Why? Does the government supply New Hampshire with their heating
it
oil?
done very quickly.
How?
Which I think is an important point for us to talk about.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be true, but it's important to talk about.
It's ridiculous. When you look at your bills compared to other people, and they're all up because this guy has
That's state regulations. You have no control over that, dumb fuck. That's why it's specific to the state.
let energy go through the roof. You know, inflation started with energy. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, it is.
No.
No. Energy played a part in it, but supply shock was the main reason.
You have a donut shop or a food shop or a
Yeah, donuts aren't food, okay?
dress shop, you need heat, you need
You make dresses out of donuts?
whatever, you need everything, you need trucks to deliver your product. Energy is so big, so important, and it went through the roof. It just went through the roof, and that took everything with it. Now
It also went into the basement during COVID because nobody was using it.
everything. They say bacon has gone up 5 times, meaning 5 times
Oh, I see. 5 times means 5 times. I didn't write. Somebody write this shit down because I'm totally losing track.
in the last year and a half. 5 times.
One moment, please. Price of bacon. Da, 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 da. Bacon prices. Here we go. Bacon prices. Here we go. There's an adjusted. Okay, so here's 2020. Bacon was under $6, and there we go. In 2022, inflation adjusted. Nope, I want the original one. Here you go. Hold on. Well, here we go. This is okay. So bacon. Here's the price of bacon. I mean, why bother checking these numbers when you're making a speech? Why? I mean, it's not. These aren't important. The important thing is people believe it. Okay, so here's the price of. This is the average bacon price by year. Bacon prices adjusted for inflation in 2022 dollars. Average annual CPI for bacon, right in the middle. There we go. And 2019 it was $5.61. In 2020 it was $5.58. In 2021 it was $6.64, and in 2022 it was $7.31. And currently, this is obviously a year off. Bacon in the CPI. Bacon in the CPI. 731, 724, 689. Back to in 2019, it was 710. In 2017, it was 732. It was a penny higher. Weird. In the adjusted, in 2022 dollars, it was actually more expensive in 2017. Interesting. It was also more expensive in 2016. Went down to 706 and 710, but the lowest it's been was in 2020, and then it's kind of normalizing again. And this is just the retail cost of it. Now, before we jump into this, let's read it go. Let's see. Bacon. How much a crispy bacon cost a day? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Shopping. We'll go to shopping. Shopping. Okay. So here's fully cooked bacon. No, I want regular, just some bacon. It's extra thick cut bacon on Amazon. 36 ounces. Price is stable at $74 for 36 ounces. That's a lot of bacon. Applewood at home Omaha Steaks is about, and I don't know what the a 1 pound package of this Omaha Steaks bacon is $14.99. I don't have a or $30 for serves 8. Hold on one second. This is the thick cut bacon. It's delicious. Good Together is this business here. Applewood smoked steak cut bacon. That's the fancy schmancy. Is $14.99 for that stuff. Now we go back to maybe, how about this? Costco bacon. That's where most Republicans shop, right? They sell, I mean, that's just giant amounts. But this is sorry, this is unavailable. I didn't hold on. So the bacon, hold on. We were looking at that. I was looking at, where is this? Back up. Is average bacon prices per year. Doesn't sliced per pound. I see. So this is per pound. $7.31 per pound is the price right now. And this is, yeah, so that's the fancy schmancy. Then we go to Costco. This is the average price. I don't want the fully cooked. 16 ounces, so just shy of there. There you go. Yeah, classic cut bacon. This is the, let's slide this sucker over. There you go. 16 ounces is $5.39. This is for the thick stuff, classic cut bacon. There we go. And people are buying giant packages of fucking bacon. And they're buying fancy bacon, which is driving the fucking price up. Here's the regular something food. There you go. Thick cut, hand smoked bacon, $28.99. That's 3 packages of 16 ounce each, all for $28.99. So that's about right. That's about that range plus shipping. Thick cut, net weight, 1 pound. So 3 pounds for $28.99. 2, there's one, buy one, $29.99, 1 pack. So these are, if you buy 3 packs of 3 packages, there you go. Yeah, 5 times is what it is. That's because people are talking about the Omaha Steaks bacon versus the stuff they buy at Kroger's. Just to clarify. And where do we go? Back to here. Bacon's
even I'm cutting back on bacon. It's too expensive. I'm cutting back on it.
Well, that's because you're broke and you're a fake billionaire.
But I'll be the American energy president, and I have been. I mean, I really have been. We did it.
Yeah, why'd you stop? Oh, yeah, because you lost.
An incredible job with energy. We were making a
yeehaw.
fortune. You know, we were in 3rd place when I started. And within 2 years, we were not only in 1st place, we were much bigger than Saudi Arabia and Russia. And if you look at a chart, and
that's because they were literally gaming the system.
I want to have my people start putting up these charts because they're really good.
Yeah, put up the charts. That's a good idea.
Because you look,
because it gives me something to reference.
Look at it in 1 second, and it explains it better than all the words on earth.
No, I think it requires some actual explanation.
You had Russia here like this.
Yeah, it was like that, and then we were like, wow.
You had Saudi Arabia a little above Russia. You had us pretty far down here. And by the time I finished, we were like a rocket ship. We were like this, way beyond them.
I think what he's talking about, before I let you guys go because I'm keeping you guys too long. Let's see. Biggest, oil producers by country. U.S., Russia, Saudi, 2000 to present, something like that. Shall we? List of country oil production, Wikipedia, United States. Yeah, we are. Here you go. Visual capitalist. There you go. I love this. All right. By country in 2022. Anybody have a guess? Real quick. Anybody in the chat room, especially the maggots. We got a couple of maggots in here. Anybody want to guess which country is producing the most oil in the world? Right now. Not when Trump was president. Presently. Anybody? Hey, look, people know it. Most people are getting in there. Nope, not Croatia. It's a nice try. There you go. Look at the chat room. Right. Definitely not Canada. Cameroon, that's a nice try. Poland, absolutely not. It's the United States. Look at this lovely little graphic put together by the petroleum industry over here. That's the United States with 17,770,000 barrels a day. This is in 2022. It's up since then. Saudi Arabia's at 12. Russia's at 11. And the idea that we were going to do both of those countries combined is a little bit silly. Always was, because we wouldn't have any drinkable water in the fucking country. Canada's no slouch. There's 5 million right there. You produce all this stuff, and if only you had a pipeline. China produces 4.1. That's a lie. Their number is probably half of that, which is ironic. And they purchase most of their oil, like the biggest single customer. Interesting little note on the side of these. Europe's oil production has declined by 8.6% in 2022 and only contributed 3.3% of global supply. The U.S. is responsible for nearly 1/5 of global oil production, and is also, and this is the part where we're trying to even things out with electric cars, is the biggest oil consumer in the world. If we converted 20% of our commuter cars to electric, we would suddenly be using less oil than we produce. Biden's whole plan is to get us to use less than we produce. Oil production. Middle East is 30 million barrels a day. All the countries combined. North America, 25,290, which is us, Mexico, and Canada. And then everybody else. And here's Europe down here at the tail end. And it's not because they don't have it. It's because they just, they don't extract it. But there it is. 18.9% of the world's supply, according to 2022 numbers. 1,000 barrels a day. This is 17 million barrels a day in the United States. Year over year change, we're up. We're up 6.5% year over year from 2021. Again, this asshat does not know what he is talking about.
And all of that energy, that extra energy,
That extra energy will go right into my nasal passages, which are clogged for some reason. I blame the Sudafed. I blame the Adderall. I bring it all crushed up.
We didn't need it from anybody. We didn't have to guard countries. We didn't have to do anything.
Yes, we did. What the fuck are you talking about? Remember when you went over there and massaged that giant nuclear testicle with the heads of Saudi Arabia? Why the fuck do you think you did that? Because you like how they dress?
We have more than any other country in the world. Remember, I got Anwar approved.
No, we don't. No, you didn't.
It was such a big deal.
Right, and that's why it got shut down immediately.
Reagan couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it. If you could have done it, you'd have done it in the first year, and you'd have been drilling by the end.
Bush probably didn't try too hard. It's different mindset. But Reagan did. We respect Reagan. And he did. He couldn't get it done. I got it done. Anwar, it's as big as Saudi Arabia, they say, the equivalent to Saudi Arabia in Alaska. And Biden comes in within the first week, they terminated it. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can, because we already produce more than anyone in the world. There are already 9,000 extra leases in all the areas they're allowed to drill. They don't fucking need them. They don't fucking use them. And the whole point is to stop using that shit and move to stuff that makes us out of the oil market internationally, so we can sell it as an optional fuel that we ourselves do not need.
It was so much work to get that approved. We got it approved. They were ready to start drilling.
No, they were not.
And
by the way, does this motherfucker thinks you're like, we know the oil's here. We just pop a hole in the ground and gush, here it comes. There will be blood.
Alaska people were devastated because it was the greatest economic project. But even for the country, it was such a massive amount. It's big, but I'll get it done again. I'll get it approved. I'll get it approved very quickly. I actually got it approved, and I'll get it approved very quickly.
No, you won't.
But the United States will have the lowest cost of energy and electricity very soon. As soon as we're in, almost as soon as we're in, it's going to go very quickly. Right away, we're going to have the lowest anywhere on Earth. We'll have.
What, are you going to crater the fucking oil market? Why would Exxon and any of these other countries participate in that? What are you talking about? Who thinks that these people desperately want the price of oil to be $20 a barrel, but mean old Biden won't let them? Who actually believes that shit?
The lowest energy on Earth. Right now, you have one of the highest, in this state in particular.
Right, which is a state issue which you do not have any control over as president of the United States. Zero control. Also, Republicans in general, I thought you were about states' rights.
On day one, I will also repeal Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate. Can you?
Vehicle? Are there vehicles now? Are they? How do you spell that? Electric vehicle.
I will also repeal Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate.
Vehicle. You are his vehicle. You are all. You bow before him. His vehicles. This is traveling by gull. Yes.
Can you believe it?
No, I don't believe that Joe Biden is worried about seagulls as a method of transportation.
Everybody has to have an electric car.
No, that's not what it says. Literally, that doesn't exist.
Darling, let's drive down to Florida. We'd like to get some sun in Florida. Let's drive to South Carolina. Let's drive to Texas. Well, I want to, darling, but let's see. We have to stop 22 times to get to Texas.
No. How far do you fucking think it is? You have to stop twice. It takes you an hour and 45 minutes. You got to eat. You got to shit. Do them both at the same time. You're covered.
I don't want to stop 22 times.
I hate America. I want to fly over these places. I want to drive straight by these shithole towns. America sucks. I hear you. Yeah, that's definitely the message.
They say the happiest person in the world is when you get that first 10 minutes boost. You know, you get your car charged and you're in the car, but after 10 minutes you get very paranoid because you're looking for a new charging station. You're petrified you're going to be out in the road in the middle.
Yes, if you have an electric car that was made in 1997.
Middle of nowhere, and you run out of the charge, as they call it.
Is that what they call it? You run out of the charge?
But the tow truck business is extraordinarily good, so they're towing these cars all over the place.
No, they're not.
You see cars, beautiful, nice, brand new cars being towed to a charger. It's ridiculous. And by the
No, you don't.
way, I'm a believer in electric cars. It's fine. But, you know, whatever the market bears, if they want to have gasoline, we have more gasoline than anybody on Earth, right? We have more than Saudi
We use more gasoline than anybody on Earth.
Arabia. We have more
We use more gasoline than Africa.
than Russia. Much more
The continent. It's not a country. The fucking
than
continent.
Russia. We have more than anybody. Gasoline, I like hybrid. I like everything. You make everything.
Right.
But you can't, you know, in California, they want to go with all electric, but they can't even, every weekend, they have a blackout. They don't have enough.
No, we don't. We are not having weekend blackouts in fucking California. What the fuck is that? Asshole. Do these people watch the news at all? They're waiting. These people line up to shit on California. We do not have fucking blackouts every weekend.
I like
Texas, maybe.
electricity. And you know who makes electricity? You know who makes it? Coal makes it, right? Coal makes it. And you know who else makes it? Oil makes it. So all of these grids that you hear, the grid, oh, the electric grid. No, it's all generated by the initial charge is made with oil and
What?
coal and different other products. These people are absolutely crazy. Under a Trump administration, gasoline-powered engines will be allowed, but child sexual mutilation will be banned, if that's okay with you. If that's okay.
Yeah, child sexual mutilation is banned. I'm just saying for the record.
If that's okay. Right? Okay.
Right, Matt Gaetz? USA. They're chanting USA now. Yeah, so circumcision will be outlawed in a Trump administration, you know, apparently.
I say this, you know, every time I mention, we will stop child mutilation. Now think of it. 10 years ago, you're a politician, and you get up and say, we will stop child sexual mutilation. The people in the audience say, what the hell is he talking about? That's not
Obviously, you don't mean circumcision, because that's fine with all of us.
possible. It's very possible that they mutilate. I mean, what they do
They do. They mutilate.
to your children without your approval, with nothing.
No.
These people, they're
No, they don't. They don't do it. They don't do it without your approval, with nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
crazy.
They're crazy.
But to think I have to say that, or to think I have to say, we will ban men from participating in women's sports. Have you seen the weightlifting records?
Oh, he's doing the hits now. Okay, we can bail out on this because it's the same shit from this point on. Like we've dealt with this before. The whole like bing, bing, and 2 pounds, and this is so easy and one-handed and blah blah blah. Again, a lot of these are important issues where there's a deep conversation to be had. He is not the one to have it though, and I think one of the most concerning points of our modern discourse is that you have incredibly stupid people with incredibly shallow understandings of an issue on both sides of the argument dictating the terms of the conversation. And partly it's because of asshats like him who put a flag in one side of the argument. And so the compensatory argument is equally as black and white because you have to answer extremity with extremity. You can't answer extremity with nuance. And so it murders nuance in the fucking street. And it's sad. And the rest of us are like, this is not the conversation that would be helpful. And it's not beneficial to anybody. And these asshats can't distinguish between real cases of being trans or effectively the Rachel Dolezalling of this issue or whatever. And we need adults discussing this, not fucking two people on opposite sides of a panic spectrum. Other than that, I have no opinion. You guys are wonderful. I stayed late because I don't have a show tomorrow. And I love you. And I will see you on Wednesday for our regular shows.